Audio Jungle.
And I want to begin by saying thank you for providing an opportunity for the Filipinos. You know, this is literally their livelihood, and you're providing an opportunity for them to be able to obviously have a better life and pay the bills and eat groceries and kids' education, all that. And also Angels. Thank you so much, Angels and VAs, for looking after these amazing clients and business owners. Our goal is to help you find to connect the right business owners with the right VA for months or even years to come. A couple of things as we dive in. First of all, I'm just going to open up my chat box. This is a great opportunity. Actually, before I do that, so these are 4 live small group strategy calls. We do one a week for 4 weeks. We start with the basic and then we get intermediate into the more advanced. Now, you're being plugged into the brand new system. We used to do 3 30-minute calls. We now do 4 45-minute calls. And here's why. The first call today is in the next 30 days, you have expectations. Charlotte, you've hired a VA because you have an expectation that you expect the VA to meet. So today is about how do we set everything up clarity-wise, communication-wise, tasking-wise, so that expectations met. So that's really today, how do we get the most out of the VA? Today's more of a clarity call than a strategy call, where to find things, who to talk to, and really how to get the most out of this incredible agency and system and your angel. I also have a slide where I'm going to share my 4 non-negotiable habits that have personally made our companies tens of millions of dollars with the power of virtual assistants and been able to allow us to pay the VAs very well and provide for them as well. The second strategy call that we do next week is called social media domination. Ladies, I know that's quite a masculine name, but it literally is, how do you position your VA in a way to get you more attention and more leads online? Business owners, how would you like more attention and leads? I know Jen wants more attention. That's exactly what we need to focus on right now. No? Yeah. So how do we empower the VA through attraction marketing, omnipresence to achieve that? That's the second session. Third session is what we call income producing activities or revenue producing activities and appointment setting. Okay. How do we position the VA in a way to be able to help you bring revenue and customers and clients into the business? Okay. And the fourth session is the first one kicks off this week. Fourth brand new session, which is the AI and CRM session. How do we position your VA in a way to adopt and implement AI, maybe even a CRM into your business to automate, scale even faster? Because AI is not here to replace VAs. It's not there to replace people. It's to enhance human experience. And all the VAs are actually going through ChatGPT certification right now. And they're even going to learn how to create a GPT within ChatGPT that knows you personally and how you speak in depth and your company and everything about your company. So they can create SOPs, scripts, content, everything for you on your behalf and save you a ridiculous amount of time. These 4 sessions are bonus sessions. And I want to thank you in advance for your time. Charlotta, I know you're busy. Charlotta, I know your schedule's hectic. You're all busy as business owners, so I appreciate your time. You know, again, these are free, so thank you for respecting my time. I'm not being paid to be here. VAs, thank you for your time. You're not being paid to be here. And of course, business owners, we're all paying with our own time. So again, thank you. I thank you again for your time. I respect and appreciate it. Mark, I know you're in the middle of something as well, so thank you for tuning in still. Okay. Um, Now, each session does have we do have slides. I'm quite a visual person. If you're visual, I do have slides. The end of each session, Noemi will send you the slides, so you've got access to the replay and the slides as well. Also, just a friendly reminder, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. You know, Charlotte, you're a business owner, you're an expert at what you do. I'm not here to tell any of you what to do, Nikia. I want to see everyone win. So I'm simply here to serve you. I've been doing this for 15 years. We're very good at what we do. And so I'm just going to share with you what we've worked out after 15 years. You can take what resonates with you and you can play it the way you see fit. Something resonates, do it. Something doesn't, don't do it. It's completely up to you. So I'm not here to coach you per se or tell you what to do. I'm just, again, not here to tell you what to do. In saying that, this is also a great opportunity for you to ask me questions. Any questions at all? This is a bigger group. So if you can ask your questions in the chat, post them there. Happy to answer them live. If it's a bit more of a comprehensive, complicated question, happy to bring you off mute and answer. But this is also a great opportunity for you guys to ask me questions. but also it's a great opportunity for you to interact with your VA, Jen, and be like, oh, let's do that, or let's introduce this. So it's like a mini brainstorm session where you get to ask me questions, interact with your VA, and we all do it together as well. And that's the biggest thing here. We've created a system of support and service. We just want to see everyone win. This is a win-win-win situation. Okay. So we're going to dive in and begin. Again, any questions, let me know. Feel free to take notes if you like. It is being recorded. You will get the slides, and let's dive into the first session. So let me share my screen. If you guys can just give me a thumbs up when you can see my slides, see my screen, that'd be great. Can you guys see my screen yet? Is it? Yep, awesome, perfect. So you should see on the screen now, okay, on the left here, the Surge Virtual Assistant strategy call. Really, this is more of a clarity call, clarity and direction. There is some strategy though. And the purpose of today is to create clarity and meet expectations with your Surge VA Angel. Because the truth is over the last 15 years, I've had a lot of people say to me, Jen, my VA is not working out. Who's had a VA before, by the way, that just didn't work out or something? Who said it? Yeah, 100%. When somebody says to me the VA is not working out, what they're really saying is your expectations not being met. So how do we really position everyone in a way for that to happen? As we dive in, I just really want to paint a very clear picture of everything you have access to. Now, even if you have a free 30-day trial, once a month we give away 5 free 30-day trials. There's a couple of you on this call. That's you. Congratulations. You still get the entire experience that paying clients get, because obviously, complete transparency. Our goal, Jen and Nikia, and those of you who have a free trial, is to continue paying for your VA after the 30 days. We're very open about that. But it gives you guys the opportunity to fully immerse in the experience. So first of all, additional to the VA, you guys obviously have access to the online training portal. Has everyone had a chance to check out the online portal yet? If not, that's fine. I'm just going to give you a quick skim through it quickly. So when you first joined, we sent you a welcome letter. Free 30-day trial, you guys should have your welcome letter as well. In the welcome letter, let's move these windows around a bit. Up here. In the welcome letter, there's a link on the third page to create an account and log into this portal. And I'm just going to show it now on my screen. And when you log in, you'll see this bright blue screen. And it's not there to overwhelm you. It's there as a resource. Essentially what this is, guys, is my personal SOPs in a digital online operations manual with everything I personally use to train my VAs, and I've gifted it to you guys for free to help you guys out, right? So there's 2 main parts. First of all, you get the welcome section at the top here. Okay. And the really important part is in the middle here, the Surge VA training. So I normally encourage people that hire a VA to have your VA spend most of their time on growth producing activities. You really want the VA, if you only have one VA, to be able to help you to grow the business, to bring in revenue so you can scale, reinvest, expand, make more money, have an impact, all those cool things. So this training is built around growth producing activities. And this is what the training the VA's gone through, but you can go through it in your own time if you like. Okay, if you would like your VA to help you get more attention and leads online, there's social media trainings in here, how to get clients every day and build Facebook groups, LinkedIn funnels, social media planners, and more. That's all in here. If you want them helping you generate leads, there's how to build lists in here. Who here would like your VA booking your appointments or sales calls? If that's you, there's trainings in here, my personal scripts that you can check out and personalize if you want, and more in here. If you want your VA qualifying and pre-qualifying people, Jen, there's going to be 2 for you. We've got wholesale and resale. They can do outreach. Okay, so there's trainings and stuff in here to help you out. Who here does events, online events or free events, webinars, challenges, masterclasses? If you do free events, your VA can help you promote them, market them, and even follow them up. And there's a whole heap of trainings, marketing stuff in here on how to do that. And then some advanced stuff as well, appointment setting SOPs, customer service, executive assistant, video editing. We're putting, by the way, we're currently recording these and putting them into the portal. They'll be in the next few weeks. This is actually about to get a big overhaul, this portal. And if you like, there's some free bonuses in here, like my audio from the streets to a millionaire, some books and stuff as well. Again, it's there as a resource if and when you need. Okay. Anyone have any questions on the portal? No questions? All good. So as we dive into the next slide, I think who's here studied NLP? Has anyone studied neuro-linguistic programming? If you haven't, there's something called pre-framing, which is basically the saying, the saying, and again, Charlotte, this is probably something you probably talk about a lot. Prevention's better than the cure, right? Prevention's better than cure. So the truth is that you've hired a virtual assistant, a person in a different country that ideally doesn't speak English as a primary language, okay, that has challenges with typhoons and storms and all different things. Hiring a virtual assistant and making it work is hard. Charlotte's had an experience. Some of you had experiences. The hardest part of building a successful business is finding loyal, honest people that are very good at what they do, building a team with them. It's the hardest part of business. And in my opinion, I believe. So the truth is, over the next 30 days, it's going to take a few weeks to get in the swing of things. It's going to take a bit to get to know each other, to connect with each other, and even though we've highly trained the VAs for you, I can train your VA in your price, your avatar, your style, your culture, your community, and how you work. So there is that time, that 2, 3, 4 weeks to do that. So over the next 3 or 4 weeks, there's going to be some challenges, going to be some mistakes, getting to know each other. Who can remember having a job? You guys remember having a job your day one? Remember day one having a job, how confused you were, brains creating new neural pathways, no idea what's going on. And then after about a month, you form some familiarity. 3 to 6 months, unconscious competency, you begin to master it, becomes easier. It takes time. And that's not just VAs, that's anyone. You can hire a manager, salesperson, you can hire anybody. It just takes a few weeks to get in the swing of things. So for me personally, I like to look at challenges that you might be faced with and try to avoid them or troubleshoot if they do happen. The other thing in business, for me, I always like to look at the worst case scenario, not spiritually bypass it. What is your worst case scenario hiring a virtual assistant with us? And I want to talk about that as well. So a couple of troubleshooting things, a couple of challenges you might be faced with and how to deal with them. First of all, here's my experience. We currently provide VAs to business owners in 25 countries. We signed up somebody in Portugal last week before, which is cool. 50% of our clients that hire VAs are in the US. You guys seem to love what we do, I think, because of the customer service side of it. But here's what I've noticed, guys, Mark, is that the people that get the greatest result from their VAs are the ones with the greatest emotional intelligence. And most of you probably heard that term. Some of you probably know emotional intelligence well. Basically, those that don't react to what other people say and do, or your VA says and does, but those that respond through responsibility. If I hire a VA and they mess up, that's on me, not them. I chose them, I train them or not, I keep them or not. I take full responsibility for my team personally, because it also empowers me with the ability to do something about it. So the truth is that what the VAs do best is the VAs take care of the dozens or hundreds of little things that stack up and add up for us. And that's what they're best at. So because there's so many little things they do, if they do 30, 50, 100 little things in a day, it leaves room open for mistakes and challenges and things to come. So as corny and as cliche as the saying is, our attitude determines our altitude. It's never been more true than hiring VAs. And as Les Brown says, Les Brown, the motivational speaker in the US, if you haven't heard of Les Brown, YouTube him. He's awesome. He says, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. A grammar mistake here, a spelling mistake there, although now with AI, a lot of that's fixed. It's an easy fix. If something is a 5-second correction, I'm not bothered. I'm not sweating the small stuff. Now, they're deleting databases and stuff like that. That's a different story, which shouldn't happen, mind you. But, so don't sweat the small stuff. A couple of things about hiring Filipinos in the Philippines. The Philippines aren't like the other 197 odd countries in the world. Most of the world, or the rest of the world, have 4 seasons. Linry can tell you, Filipinos, they have 2, wet and dry. About 9 months of the year wet, about 3 months dry, give or take, something like that. During the wet seasons, these guys have hectic storms like typhoons. Literally every year that I can remember, we've had a VA that's had their house destroyed or issues flooding. It's quite common over there. So we want to thank you in advance that if there are storms, there might be power outages or internet issues. We do our best to hire VAs in locations that have great internet, speak great English, all those things already, but it does happen. So if there are power outages, and they're 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, they miss a shift entirely, please know you'll always get what you're owed. If they start an hour late, they'll finish an hour late. If they miss a shift, they'll disperse it over the next few days into the following shifts, whatever it might be. You'll always get what you're owed, and the team track it every day. Everything's tracked. All the hours every VA does in our business are tracked, and all the tasking. We're very big on data. So thank you in advance for that. I never assume, I never get upset. I'm like, oh, where's this person? Like I just did with Noemi. Hey, where's Mary? Can you get her on? We never know what's going to happen. Okay. So power outages and internet challenges can happen. Another thing is the truth is that the VAs are going to make mistakes. Okay. So Linda is going to make a lot of mistakes. That's the nature of learning. In fact, that's how we learn. I want my team to make mistakes. I just don't want them to make big mistakes or repeat mistakes. I encourage mistakes and I want the VAs to feel good and not bad because the thing is that the Filipinos are empathic, they're empaths. Um, if you're a business coach, you cannot business coach the VAs because they will just contract because that direct assertive style doesn't really work with an empath. Some of you are empaths, and I'm sure you can relate and resonate with that. So being kind, being loving, being caring with our VAs and our angels, I think is super important. So I never, obviously, not getting upset at them and mad at them and yelling at them. Not that you guys would. We've had to fire some clients in the past for the way they treat VAs. For me, I'm like the father. I'm like the dad, and I protect my family. And so thank you in advance for love, kindness, respect. And again, when they make mistakes, we can get. Is it Jim Rohn who says when you're driving down the street and someone cuts you off, it is Jim Rohn. It was Jim Rohn. He said you can get frustrated or you can get fascinated. One leads to anger and whatever, and the other one leads to learnings. And it's always easier said than done. But again, I cannot tell you how big emotional intelligence here is, especially with Filipinos. And you'll find they will improve so quickly. They are very fast learners if they're in the right state for learning. So, um, yep, I think that's all good there. Yep. Another thing I want to touch on is in the past, we have had business owners do the first 30 days and look at that as a 30-day trial for them. Now, for you guys, average 30-day trial kind is. But for those of you that are paying for a virtual assistant, the 30-day probation period is not a 30-day trial for you as a business owner to give this a shot and see how it goes. The 30-day probation is for the VA to prove they're the right VA for you. If I've just hired a Mundo for 30 days, 20 hours per week, I give a Mundo a target. If he passes probation, hits that target, I put him to full time. If he doesn't, I let him go and I hire again. That's what I do. So the first 30 days is a probation and trial for the Filipino to prove to the business owner they're the right person. Because the truth is they might not be the right person. They might not be, which we'll touch on as well. And I think the thing is that who's been in a relationship happily for at least 20 years? I think a couple of you guys. Yeah, Charlotta. How long have you been in your relationship?
33,
And happy,
33.
right? I'm guessing
Most
happy.
of I like
Well,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I
No, I'm
like it.
definitely not a role model. First of all, congratulations. I find it in 2025, that's so inspiring. Um, like almost 70% of households in the US with children have no father. That's a big number.
It
I think
is.
it's 10%. For the African American community, I think it's 77% or something. I don't know if that's
Mhm.
politically correct, so if it's not, please don't. But yeah, it's a
But
big,
you're
and we're not far
correct.
behind down here. Yeah. And so
Yes.
that's a problem. So I'm incredibly inspired by that. So now I'm guessing if I was to ask Charlotta, what's the secret to your success? She's going to say something like, when times get hard, we ask ourselves, how do we get through this? How do we make this work? I'm also guessing, Charlotta, when you first got into the relationship, you didn't get in a relationship going, I'm going to give this a crack for 30 days and see how it goes. Or I wonder if it's going to work. Because that's what leads to fault finding and perfectionism and apathy. And even the greatest relationships are not perfect. It's a part of the learning process, evolving into interdependence, right? Which is what we're doing. So what's my point here? If you hire a VA and go, I'm just going to give it a crack for 30 days, what are you ultimately doing? you're setting yourself up for failure. My motto in everything I do in life and in business, and especially when hiring a VA, how do we make this work? How do we make this work for you, Jen? How do we make this work for you, Nicola? How do we make this work for you? How do we make the marketing strategy work, the VA work? How do we make this business work? How do we make this work? And that's our motto. Okay. And so I like to be very transparent. The truth is, the VA you've currently hired might not be the right person for you. Maybe you don't connect personally. Maybe they have something happen in their personal life that stops them doing their role properly. Or maybe their strengths and weaknesses don't align with the tasks you would need them to do to begin with. And that's okay. The truth is, if you look at the Pareto principle, who's heard the 80-20 principle? I'm guessing most of you. The 80-20 principle says what? 80% of our actions get 20% of results and vice versa. It also means 80% of stuff in life don't work. 80% of relationships don't work. 80% of businesses don't work. Actually, it's bigger numbers now. 80% of people you hire will not work out for you. Here is the great news, Nicole. With us, that number is flipped because we've already done the vetting. I've already interviewed them all. I've already trained them all. The truth is it's 20-80. For every 10 clients that hire a VA with us, around 2 find the first VA is not the right VA. That's called life. That's called business. If you were to go and hire a freelancer, 8 out of every 10 you hire won't work out. That's a terrible number. You're better off doing it through us. So the worst case scenario for you guys, Mark, is that you've hired a VA through us and the VA doesn't work out. If that does happen after 30 days, great news. You can interview 4 new candidates. We can find a new one. And you don't have to feel bad because we'll find that VA a more suited client and we find the right VA. The truth is it might take you 2 or 3 goes to find the right VA. I'm just being complete, transparent, and honest. Especially if you're like me and you have high standards. I have very high standards for myself and for other people. And I'm very assertive and I like to move quick as well. Okay. So please note, if your current VA doesn't work out, you can let Noemi know. She'll connect you with 4 new candidates and you can interview. And I'll be a part of the process overlooking it as well. Okay. Noemi's role. I want to talk about Noemi really quickly. By the way, did Noemi do a good job of setting everyone up? Did she do a good job? Interview, onboard? She's amazing. How good is she? She's amazing. She's so good, she's got 2 of her own assistants. Noemi has been with me 7 years, more, 7.5. My unicorn. Now, obviously, slavery is abolished, and I know you can't own people. That's not what I'm saying, but Noemi is mine. You can't have her. Okay. However, I would love to help you find your Noemi or your team of Noimis. Okay. And so that's why we spend so much time with you guys in that first month, right? So Noemi is responsible for 2 main things, and I just really want to clarify so you're aware of that. Number 1, her first role is as a communication liaison between you and your VA. If any stage, any time during the day, no matter how small or big, there is a challenge with your VA, expectation not met, something you're frustrated about, a communication issue, please don't hesitate to message Noemi freaking every day if you need to. That's what she's there for. I give her the weekends off because she deserves it. She works 60 hours a week during the week. She often works Saturday mornings as well. So thank you for your patience on the weekend when she gets some time off. She's Christian, so she celebrates the Sabbath on Sunday and spends time with family and church as well. So that's her first up. So if you can't find something, she'll send you a Loom recording. If you're having a challenge, she'll jump on a Zoom call with you. If you want your VA to be there as well. That's what she's there for. Your VA doesn't show up, send her a message. Okay. Her second role is as a client account manager. So she takes care of your accounts. So anything to do with payments, missed payments, changing bank accounts, money, bonuses, anything to do with the account, Noemi and the team take care of that. Message her, she'll get you send an email, and she'll take care of that, okay? This is very important. I just want to get very clear on this. Noemi does not moderate the group chats. She doesn't moderate the Facebook chats or the Slack channels. Her assistant Min does, MYN, which is why you'll see Min probably in there more than Noemi. That's one of her roles. So when you want to get hold of Noemi, this is really important. Send her a private one-on-one Facebook message. She'll get a much faster response. Otherwise, she might miss it. Okay, so send her a one-on-one. Message her every day one-on-one if you need. That's what she's there for. She's there as your client success manager full-time. Okay. So additional to your VA, additional to the portal, additional to Noemi and her 2 assistants, you're also stuck with me. My official role in the company right now is COO. Like the company pays me a very lean salary for that role. I don't recommend it. It's the messiest role you can ever have in a business. Next year, I'll hire a COO and move into CEO role. But the COO basically looks over all daily operations and the one that puts out the fires. What does this mean? It means I'm still here to serve you. I do not have days off from clients. Jen, if you message me on Christmas Day and I'm drunk with family in a Christmas mankini, which has happened, don't judge me on Aussie, yeah, you will get a response. I am very present. We're all very present, and we're all here to serve you. And if we can't find a way to make this work for you with everything we've got set up, I don't, we've got hundreds of VAs. I don't know what else we can do. So if you don't tell us we don't know, please communicate. I'm here. If something is above and beyond Nomi's paycheck, not in the portal, message me. If it is, message Noemi. You've got the resource in the portal. Again, it's a great system. So again, we're all here to serve you. I just want to share that with you so there's a lot of clarity, who to speak to, where to find things. Is that useful? Anyone have any questions on that? Is that good? Yep. I know it's very simple and basic, but it's just that clarity. Yeah. So we have 2 slides now, and we'll be finished in, I think, about 15 minutes. So about 15 minutes will be done. So thank you for your time. This is a new slide because one of the biggest questions we get asked by people that haven't hired a VA before is what's the best use of my VA's time? What tasking should I have them do? Because the truth is that when you begin to realize how much the VAs can help you with, you're going to want to up the hours as quickly as you can financially justify it. So I have I have 15 virtual assistants right now, 15 personal. Yeah, I would like more. And we have other tech team and go hell of on funnels and ads and website and bots and all that. But that's my suggestion is you want to get them to full time as quickly as possible. So again, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but here is my suggestion. Can all of you business owners, so I can understand where you're at, can you just type number 1, 2, or 3 in the Zoom chat for me? If you've never hired a VA and this is your first VA, type number 1. If you've hired 1 or 2 VAs before, type number 2. And if you have another VA currently working for you outside of Surge, number 3. Number 1, first VA ever. Number 2, had a couple before, 1 or 2 before. Number 3, have another VA outside of Surge. Nikia 1, Jen 1, Charlotta 2. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if I was to lose everything today, everything, my entire organization, including my database and list, very first thing I would do tomorrow, I'd hire a virtual assistant, launch a Facebook group, and would nurture that group and would turn them into clients. That if I lost everything. And I would have my virtual assistant spend 80% of their time on group producing activities. So let's say that I have a VA doing 4 hours a day, 20 hours per week. Here is what I would get them doing. Because here's the thing I know about all of you guys. If you look at you guys doing a 30-day trial, Jen, you're a beautiful empath. You have an incredible product. But here's the thing I know about you. Even though you care about people, of course, if we help you make money, you're probably going to stick around. Yeah, it's business, and that's fine. Everybody's here because they want to make money. Yes, they want to help people, but we all want to make money there. So here's my suggestion. If I have a VA 4 hours a day, and that's all I had, one VA, I would have them spend 80% of the time on group producing activities. So getting attention, marketing, lead generation, appointment setting, event promotion, follow-up, pre-qualifying. Yep, that's what I would suggest. So here's how I'd break it down if I was to personally approach it like that. 30 minutes a day to grow social media. 30 minutes a day on growing social media. So building followers, adding friends, inviting to groups, building LinkedIn, whatever it is, growing the social media. Then I would have them spend 30 minutes a day on posting and omnipresence. What does that mean? It means taking the content and getting it all across the platforms, sending the daily email. We'll talk about that very in depth in the next session. And this will give us this gives us growth. This gives us attention. And then I would have them spend 2 to 3 hours, so around 2.5 hours, literally having conversations with people to book in appointments or to get people to the next event, because that's how you make sales. I want the VA to help us position us to get more sales. So I have our appointment centers last week. We booked 33 sales calls last week through our appointment centers. We'll sign, I don't know, 10 clients from that. You could do the math on that. So in the portal, there's DM and phone scripts that we can set them up with. I want them having more conversations to book appointments or get people into my next event, because that's how we get sales. That's all we get. And finally, 30 minutes a day on taking care of my schedule. This means organizing Zoom calls, confirming people tomorrow, booking people in, looking after my schedule. This is what I would personally do. You can have them do whatever you like, but this is personally what I would do. Okay. Any questions on tasking or that? No, you guys are very quiet. Does that mean I'm doing a good job, or you're just yeah,
Just
awesome.
one quick question. With
Yes.
regards to growing the social media, actually making the graphic content, um, how quick do you think? But that for me, trying to do that, I can take a couple of hours. So,
Yeah.
how 30 minutes to me seems pretty quick. So, is that given that it's already made up, or can you expand
Yeah.
that a tad?
Yeah. Now, so Jen, I know you and I know each other, so I'm going to put my business coaching cap on for you personally, just for a moment, if that's okay. Here is the thing. As the entrepreneur, the business owner, the potential CEO, how valuable is an hour? How valuable is, if I was to ask all of you, what's an hour worth to you? What would you say? Like, would you say 1,000 an hour, 5,000, 10,000? And so it's interesting to me when I discover entrepreneurs that are the business owner and the architect that are spending an hour or two on graphic design or Canva when you can pay someone else 10 or 20 bucks. What if it takes you 2 hours or 10 or 20 bucks, what's more valuable to you? The 2 hours. And so being very particular, and again, so I actually make the suggestion to you as well, Jen. My suggestion to business owners is to also spend 80% of their time on growth producing activities. Now, I know you've got a product, but when we talk about like coaches, consultants, and agencies, healers, and therapists, is that I say to them, if it's not going to get you attention, leads, appointments, or sales, I pretty much wouldn't do it in the beginning, and so my suggestion to you is 100% is I don't think if you were to say, Jace, what's your suggestion? I just think it's crazy that any entrepreneur, even if they got no income, to be doing graphic design when you can have someone else do it for 5 or 10 bucks or whatever it is. So to answer your question, if you were to have your like so I have an expert graphic designer for my ads and stuff. And then I have like Kathleen, she creates that images that are simpler images, right? Takes because do you guys know Canva is now integrated within ChatGPT? So these guys can create banners in minutes. We're talking 10, 15 minutes, quicker sometimes, 5 minutes. Kathleen, I'll ask her for a banner, I'll get it within 10 minutes. You guys are paying $11 per hour. That's what is that? $3? So again, this is like for me personally, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't garden, I don't drive, and I adopt the same in my business. I want to spend my time doing things that are valuable, most valuable to the mission of the business. I want to do things in my life, like spend time with my loved ones and travel and do those things. So I encourage you to think like that entrepreneur as well. Okay. Does that make sense, Jen? Does that help?
Yeah, especially with that Chat GPT thing coming in with Canva now. I've been mucking around with it a little bit, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
quick as long as it's on brand.
yeah,
That's the main
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I'm like a little obsessed about AI right now. Like we use a bunch of different platforms. ChatGPT is the best all around, but there's actually a lot of different platforms. We will talk about them on the fourth session. Even ChatGPT, you can spend hours in there going, shit, I just spent 2 hours in here. Was that worth my time? You can have anything you can do in ChatGPT, you can have the VA do now. Like, and we're training them how to do that. So, we're talking SOPs and scripts and like the higher value stuff now when it's set up properly. So, again, you've got to start like, what do you want to do with your time? What's the most valuable use of your time? What's going to be the one thing right now that gets you to the next goal or the big goal? Because it can be overwhelming, a lot of things. A lot of people have problems or challenges hiring people. I had a full-time second video editor this week. I had two closers last week. I had five setters the week before. I love delegating and outsourcing. I have the opposite problem. I find it very easy to do that. The key for you and the biggest challenge is what I find a huge mistake, and I'm not just saying this so you hire more VAs through us, is they don't build their team fast enough. The best thing you can do right now is bring in some revenue so you can take a portion of profits, reinvest it back into expansion because you want to have your website and SEO, you want to have your ads and your organic, you want to have everything running automatically. You want to get to that point, but it takes money. So again, revenue producing activity should be most for you, Jen, right now. Like when somebody opens up a coffee shop, they're so caught up in it looking beautiful. No one rocks up on open day. They don't set up a proper open day. So that's my suggestion anyway. So, um, any other questions? That was like a lifelong. reply. Hopefully that's all good. Yeah. One last slide and we'll wrap it up. We're almost done. Thank you for your time. This last slide is probably the most pertinent slide, not just from today, but maybe all 4 sessions. And what I mean by that is these 4 squares represent my personal 4 non-negotiable habits that have literally made our companies tens of millions of dollars. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. If you implement these 4 habits personally with your VAs, the revenue increase, the results increase from your VA will skyrocket. I cannot begin to tell you what will happen. First habit, number 1. Over the last 15 years, I've had so many people say, Jason, my VA is not working out. I have a series of questions I ask for troubleshooting. First question I always ask is, Mark, are you doing a daily quick live meeting on Zoom every day at the beginning of their shift to set them up for the day? And I normally get, I'm too busy, I don't have time or whatever. But here's the thing. The reason why we hired a VA is to save us time. So I don't know about you guys, but I love my angels. I love you guys. But the last thing I want to do all day, every day, is spend all day chatting back and forth. We got stuff to do. We have a big mission. We have big goals, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. So I want to get on a quick call, set the team up for the day, and then off we go. Now, there's exceptions when something needs to be approved, graphic design or a video or an email before it's sent. But how long does it take to approve something like that? 10, 20 seconds? A minute max if you've got to read something? It really doesn't take a lot of time. So I get on a quick call every morning with my team, every morning, and I set them up. And there's 3 things I personally do, and they're a game changer. Number 1, I set the target for today. So let's say that I've hired Armando, and I want Armando to help me with my social media and book appointments. My minimum expectation from an appointment setter is 5 appointments per week by week 4. So that's pretty straightforward. Armando, your target today is book 1 appointment. Doesn't have to be appointment setting. Just needs to be a metric, a measurable number. Could be invites, could be phone calls, could be DMs, could be event registrations, group members. It just needs to be a number. Okay. Second thing is I will then make a checklist in the Facebook Messenger chat or the Slack channel, wherever you're communicating, with the 5, 10, 15 specific tasks to achieve that target. So Armando, I want you to DM these people this script, ring these people this script, post this video on these platforms, send this email, very specific. Third thing, I'm going to take a quick look at some of the work Armando did yesterday, review, correct, improve. So I'm going to look at some of his DMs, I'm going to watch the recordings of his phone calls, whatever it might be, and correct him and help him improve every day. If you have, now I can do 8 to 10 VAs in 30 minutes. Okay, once they get bigger than that, I separate the meetings. We have sales team, we have appointment, like we have 8 setters and closers as an example. So we have appointment setters, closers, then we have our social media, and then we have our ops managers. But if you have 1 VA, 10 minutes each day is plenty of time. 10 or 15 minutes, that's all it takes. And then off you go. Like it'll save you so much time and it will just set you up. Because here's the other challenge. If I ask Armando to do something, Armando's not going to do it the way I want him to do it. He's going to do it the way I think he wants him to do it. Who's got kids here? Are your kids more likely to do what you tell them to do or what they see you do? Monkey see, monkey do. So a manager says, go do, but a leader says, let's do. And when you lead the team rather than manage the team, do it with them, results skyrocket. They really do. So I think another huge mistake a lot of people make when hiring a VA is they look at delegation and don't realize delegation only works if the delegator works. So often a business owner will send a VA a DM on Facebook, go do this thing for me. That's not going to work out very well. Who's ever gotten to an argument or disagreement with your partner? Charlotta, I'm sure you don't argue, but I'm sure you have disagreements. Imagine trying to resolve your disagreement through a text message. Doesn't work out very well. Yet that's how a lot of people are trying to delegate and get the VAs to be productive and get the result they want. I wonder why their expectations not being met. So there needs to be effective communication. The second habit, a lot of people do the first part, but not the second part. Armando, I'm going to give him a target for the 30 days. If he hits the target, there'll be a reward. If he doesn't, there's a consequence. Armando is going to be very clear. Armando, brother, if you book 5 appointments by week 4, I'm going to increase your hours. Me personally, I put them to 40 or 50 hours. For you guys, if money's a little bit tight, you might just bump him to 30 hours. Okay. However, if you do not hit that target, Armando, I'm going to let you go on day 31. I'm going to interview and hire again, find somebody else. Now, that's the worst case. It's definitely not ideal, but it's very clear communication-wise what the expectations are. And I'm doing what I can. I want Armando to work out because I don't want to have to interview and train again. I don't want to have to do that. I remember saying to one of my mentors 15 years ago when I was first starting online, I was very aggressive with hiring team and I kept training them and they kept not working out. I said to my mentor, I'm going to stop training them so much. Um, like what's the point of training them when they just leave? You know what he said to me? What if you don't train them and they stay? I was like, ooh, that's a big one. So there's no way around that first month or so, right? So my suggestion to each of you is communicate, Nikia, Jen, communicate, Charlotte, Mark, with the VA. Say, hey, how many hours do you want, Armando? Armando might go, well, I want 40. Okay, well, now I'll make you a deal. If you hit this target, I can now justify increasing your hours, and you do it together. So communicate with the VA, work out a deal, negotiate a deal. If result or performance is hit, you can increase their hours. The sooner you get your VA to full time, the sooner they're all in, and the better result you're going to get from them anyway. The third habit, the third square, is I don't want employee mindset people. I don't want employees. I don't want fixed mindset, victimization mindset people. I want growth mindset people, which is why we treat all team like entrepreneurs. Growth mindset, like an entrepreneur, but within our own organization. Now, a couple of things about an entrepreneur, additional to growth and personal development and so forth, they need to have unlimited earning potential. So I always have bonus structures in place for everyone. Everybody has bonus structures and commissions. Everybody. If I owned a gym, the cleaner or janitor would have a bonus structure. So Armando, I'm going to make you a deal. If you book those 5 appointments, I'm actually going to give you a $50 cash bonus, which is what I've been doing. If you book 5 appointments, I'm going to give you 50. That might not seem like much to you guys, but $50 will buy Armando 100 kilos of rice. Just to put that into perspective, okay? I also have a additional to the quantitative, I have a qualitative bonus, a second type of bonus. Armando, any of those appointments that sign up and become a client, I'm going to give you another $50 cash bonus. Okay. So if you book in 5 appointments and 2 become clients, additional to your base, okay, you're going to get $130 cash bonus this week. Okay. Having the structure in place puts onus on them to perform, focus more on results than efficiency. I'm not interested in efficiency. I'm interested in results. If they're inefficient but growing the business, are you going to care? No, yes, we want both, of course, but I want the result first. Okay. Does that help, guys? Is that useful? Anyone have any questions? A question you might be asking is, well, great, Jace, if I choose to implement the bonus structure, how do we
How
pay
do
the
we?
VAs? Great
Right.
question. You can just let Noemi know. We have a system in place to save you time and energy. She'll help you take care of it. Okay. Any other questions so far on what we've gone through? Any other questions? No. Is that useful, by the way? Does that help, guys? Nikia, Jen, everyone? Yep. Nicole. Mark still with us? Is he around? Oh, yep, he's still with us. Awesome. Quick question as we finalize this and make sure you're booked in for the next session, just talk about a couple of things. What was everyone's biggest takeaway? I know it's a simple session. We get more advanced as we go along. What was the most useful part of today that you found most helpful moving forward? Is it the daily meeting? Is it the bonus? Is it something else? Is it getting clear on targets? Linry's having a pee break. All right, thanks for letting me know. We're about to finish anyway. Thank you. Structure. Yeah, we're very structured. Structure is important in business. Framework and structure, as masculine component is necessary in business if you want to have a real business. If we don't have a team, we don't have structure. We have a job, not a business, right? The structure in the morning huddles. Yeah, morning huddles are super. For a brick and mortar business, Charlotta, if you in an office, you do a morning huddle. So, why not do it virtually? Bonuses, mindset, entrepreneur, good word, all about it. Yeah. Yeah, entrepreneurship. Armando's an entrepreneur. Yeah. Okay. As we wrap it up, a couple of quick things. First of all, is we've recently launched a free business mastermind, the Surge Mastermind. In there, that's where we form our community. We put our events, we communicate, you get access to me. We've got a bunch of courses in there. You can find all my content in there. We put all our trainings in there. It's also a great way to network with other entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship can sometimes feel lonely, especially virtually. Have you guys all seen the mastermind or joined the mastermind yet? Have you guys seen that? If you're in, I think Nikia might be in there. I don't know if anyone else is in there.
It's on Facebook?
If you're not in there yet, sorry, yes.
Is it on Facebook?
No, so well, no, it's actually on Mighty Networks. It's not on Facebook. It's an app called Mighty Networks. You can download the app for
Okay.
free. But I want to send you a free invite, encourage you to join it. It's very cool. It's got everything you need to know about business in there. And everything is free right now, for now. If you click on the link I just sent through on Zoom, fill in your details, you'll be able to go to the next page and you'll get instant access. It's an app called Mighty Networks. You can download it on your phone. You get access to it everywhere, anywhere. It's a really cool mastermind for business owners and entrepreneurs, not just coaches, all business owners, entrepreneurs. We specialize in coaches and agency owners, but we work with any online business. So the other thing I want to, oh, I just shut the PowerPoint by accident. Let me reopen it up. Oops. The other thing I wanted to touch on, I accidentally shut it. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen again? You should see referral program on the screen. Can you guys see that? Yes, awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So another awesome thing is if you're not aware of it yet, we have a really lucrative referral program ongoing. Over the upcoming weeks, if you fall in love with Surge or you love it and you're happy to share it, you come across somebody that needs help because most business owners are trying to do too much themselves, right? If you share Surge VA and you refer somebody and they become a client, we gift you 40 hours free VA service. So you can credit your account or add it as extra hours. We literally have clients that send us referrals weekly and get free VAs. If and when you feel comfortable doing that, simply create a Facebook group chat with myself, them, and Noemi. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And we'll take care of them. And if they come on board, we'll credit you the 40 hours, give you that gift as an extra 40 hours. Okay. You don't have to. We invite you to do it. We get a lot of referrals. We get referrals daily. We're also doing a prize draw right now. If you refer 2 people, you'll enter the draw to win 6 months free VA. Who would like a VA free for 6 months, 20 hours a week? If you refer 2 people, you enter in the draw. It's only available for clients. It'll be drawn next month. We do different campaigns all the time as well. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, these 4 sessions are in order. There is a methodology to it. This is the beginner basic stuff. The next session is actually my favorite. It's how to position your VA in a way to get you more attention and generate more leads on social media. And there's 4 parts in the next session. Optimizing your social media, growing it and getting attention, nurturing your social media through omnipresence, and then transferring them into leads. If you'd like more attention and more leads, this call is perfect for you. In fact, I've never met a business owner, even a butcher on the side of a corner, wants more attention and leads online, right? I'm just going to make sure and check that you're all booked in for that. I believe you should be. Let me just stop share and reshare. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. Good. Just make sure you're all booked in. So let's take a look at next week. Social media. So next week, Charlotta, 6:30 p.m. next Tuesday. Jenny, 9:30 a.m. next Wednesday. Nikia, 9:30 a.m. next Wednesday. Mark, 6:30 p.m. next Tuesday. Nicole, 6:30 p.m. next Tuesday. Is everyone still good for those times? Anyone not able to do those times? Or I need to do one of each per week. So
I'm teaching on that. I teach on Tuesdays at 6:30 for the at the university for
you
16
teach
weeks.
it?
Yeah,
Okay, what we can do is we can send you the recording of that one and then plug you into the remaining live sessions the other days.
okay. They're not on Tuesdays, are they? Are they Mondays?
So can you see my calendar?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I do one of each week. You can see here each day.
Oh,
So each one is on the same time each week, if that makes sense. So this call is the same time every week and so forth. And we do our best to fit
I got
everything.
it. I got it. So I only have to. You just
Is that
have one
it?
on a Tuesday.
Only the one, yeah. So for you, the first one's on Monday, then on Tuesday, then on the Wednesday, then on
Okay.
the
So I
Thursday. Yeah.
can.
So I do one of each per week.
So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna miss part
And,
one.
like my team were like my team because we were like reviewing the system because obviously we're starting to grow quite quickly. I think we signed 8 clients, VA clients, plus free trials last week. And it's about to be 20 or 30 clients per week. So the team like just send people a replay, send Nikki a replay, send like I really want to have a chance to connect with everyone that comes through, no matter how busy we are at this stage. So it's just a great opportunity for me to connect with all of you. So thank you for your flexibility. Again, today's very simple. Does everyone feel a bit more clear and a bit more certain on what you're doing over the next week? Does anyone have any questions for me? Anything you want to ask before we wrap it up? No. So again, business owners, Charlotta, Mark, Mother Tucker. That's so funny every time I look at that. Nikia, thank you for joining us. Thank you for providing work for Filipino again. Angels, Armando, Faye, Linry, Mary, Mario, thank you so much. Paalam ingat. You have a question, Mark?
How do you provide the recording since obviously I wasn't fully present today? How do
We'll
you
be
do
able
that?
to send it to you. Armando, did you record this? Armando's going to
Yes,
send you the replay.
yes, boss.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Awesome.
By the
Have a great
way,
day.
Armando was awesome. He and I have had a great day already. So
That's awesome. Great to hear. This makes me, we're all responsible for our own happiness. I know I can't make you guys happy, but I feel like it's my job to make sure everyone's happy. So Armando is awesome. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Salamat. Bye-bye.